How's it going, everybody? My living room is currently under, let's say, developments. So for a few days, for the foreseeable future, you'll be seeing me recording these videos from the comfort of the bed I sleep on. Way to overexpose myself. Anyway, let's talk about a movie that will have you laughing throughout and then will have you bawling out by the time it ends. The movie that I want to talk about today is a movie from 2006 or 7 by Mamoru Hosoda. Mamoru Hosoda. Am I saying that name right? I hope I'm saying that name right. The movie is called The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. I'm pretty sure there's like an original Japanese title that is more interesting, but in English, that's what we get. This is an animated movie, right? Again, from 2006 or 7. This is not necessarily Studio Ghibli. It's not. And the director that I just mentioned, I think I'm going to try to say his name again, Mamoru Hosoda, I hope I'm saying that name right, is not like someone who's really affiliated with the likes of Hayao Miyazaki and friends. In this movie, we follow this girl who's like a high school girl, and she has all these things that she goes through as a high school student. And then one day when she's charged with putting away these working papers in this little office or like classroom that is by this teacher who's like also a science teacher, she loses her footing and then falls on this walnut. And then unbeknownst to her, this was a device that allows people to basically move through time. So on this one afternoon, as she's like riding her bicycle back home from school, her bicycle's brakes stop working. And she's about to be in like a very fatal accident involving a train. Like it's going downhill, she can't stop it. And as she crashes into the barrier, she flips on a bike. As the train's about to hit her, she goes back in time. So she realizes, okay, I have the ability to go back in time. She asks her aunt about it, and her aunt seems to know about it. And she tells her, oh yeah, you have the ability to leap through time. Hence the name of the movie. Now this girl's just like, okay, but how do I do it? Aunt is just like, you just have it, find a way. And then she does this thing where she practices basically, okay, I'm gonna give myself a running start and then I'm gonna jump in the air and see what happens. And then at the first attempt that she does it, she jumps in the air and she goes back in time the same way that Hawkeye goes back in time and sees his family for a little bit in Avengers Endgame before he's sucked back into the present. I personally think that like the Russo brothers and friends probably borrowed that shit from this exact movie. This is a comedy and a romantic film. I know it's about a high school girl, but like it's high school kids who are just being cute with each other. There's no weird age dynamic or something that we have to overlook or oversee and all that. A lot of things are revealed throughout the movie, and it stops being fun at some point because you don't just get to do something that easy and just get away with it. I'm going to bring up another movie, which is not so great. This other movie called Jumper, starring Hayden Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson, where Hayden Christensen can basically teleport to different parts of the world until he meets Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson says, you don't just get to do things that easy. The same way that this movie does basically shows the same message. I think my main big takeaway from this movie is that the world doesn't work in the sense that like you can have it easy at no one else's expense. Life does not work that way. Like every story, there are so many different stories. Even this movie that people hated, Wonder Woman 84, that teach you that like to get everything, it's impossible to say, I want it all. I want all the wealth. I want all the money, all the resources, without it being at someone else's expense. And that for me, I think is the biggest lesson in that movie. And then shit happens, and then there's a final shot in that movie that'll make you go, ow. Ow. It made me go, ow. For a movie where I was laughing the whole time, I was really just shattered by the end. But yeah, give it a watch. It's worth the watch. It's a great animated film. It's very funny. It has some very funny lines. The characters are very interesting. The main character, the girl, her name is Mokoto. See, I'm not gonna talk it. Mokoto. Fuck. I can't help but say it in the accent, and that sounds weird. But anyway, that's the movie that I think that you guys should watch. And yeah, have yourselves a lovely day. Watch some movies.